Hello, everyone, and welcome to an exciting edition of the Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer of JTWJE.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. Now, if you're listening to our audio downloads, please download this episode, give us a 5-star rating, and download more future episodes. I am thrilled to welcome our latest guest. He is an actor, a singer. He started his career as Young Simba in the Las Vegas production of The Lion King. He was the semi-finalist on the 4 Battle for Stardom, and more recently, you might have seen him on American Idol Season 23 as he made it past the judge auditions and Hollywood Week. And he's also the voice of a very popular comedian, Chris Rock, on Everybody Still Hates Chris. And as of this recording, has over 43,000 YouTube subscribers, 53,000 TikTok followers, and 124,000 Instagram followers. Please help me welcome Tim Johnson to the podcast.
Ooh, see, every time I walk into a room, I need you to do this.
Alrighty, I think you're not the only guest that have done it. So many people have said that my introductions have been the GOAT.
Yes. You're the GOAT with that. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to talk with me today, Tim. I really appreciate it.
Yes, I appreciate you. This is gonna be fun.
Alrighty, so Tim, when did you get interested in performing, and how did that passion evolve into desire to pursue a career in the entertainment industry?
Ooh, this is good. So I'm gonna take you back. I'm originally from Philadelphia. Growing up, grew up like really musical family. My dad was in a gospel group back in the day, and he would produce all the records. So we had a studio in our basement. So we coming home from going to a restaurant, and I'm singing in the back of the car. And my dad's like, "What song you singing?" My mom's like, "What song is that?" I was like, I made it up." And so they were like, "Yeah, you got the bug." So since I was like 6 years old, I was in the studio, and then I was watching TV one day, and I was like, "Y'all, I want to be on TV." And my parents were like, "All right, let's do it." And then auditioning in Philadelphia, and then when I was 10 years old or 9 years old, I got the audition for Lion King, and that changed my life. And we moved to Las Vegas, and the story goes from there.
Absolutely. And you've been in the industry for a very long time, and you've done so much from entertainment to television, from both live action and animation. We'll get there in a second. But first, who are the singers, songwriters, and musicians that helped inspire your sound?
Ooh, well, first I'm gonna say my dad, because that's where it started. Just like being around music. So just my dad, my mom, she sings, just my whole family. And then like I grew up listening to a lot of Jackson 5. Every time coming home from school. So Jackson 5, Stevie Wonder, gospel music, like Mary Mary and different artists like that. And then as I started getting into guitar playing, it was Ed Sheeran and like JB, and then I started getting into more Justin Timberlake and everything like that.
Awesome. I gotta say this. I love Ed Sheeran. Have you seen him live before?
Not live like in person, but I watch his concerts like online and everything. He's the man.
I've actually seen him when he did his tour in 2023 when he came to ES Field at Arrowhead, and oh my God, I was on the floor because another part of my life, I used to work at a nonprofit, and they gave out, and the Hunt Foundation, which runs the Chiefs organization, gave everyone free tickets, and I'm like, okay, I was the first in line.
Yep. Yeah, Jake, you should have told me, man.
I'm
I would have made
sorry,
the flight.
but we didn't know each other back then.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Next time.
Absolutely, next time, or seriously, if you know if Ed is coming, let me know.
Yes. That's the guy. Like he made me want to get like I used to have the like the X guitar. Like I got one. My dad got me that for my birthday one year or as a present. And then like the loop pedal, I used to play with that and stuff. So he inspired me to just kind of think outside the box when it comes to music.
He is not only the master of loop pedal, but I consider him one of our generation's top musicians and recording artists.
I agree. I agree. Yes.
All right. So speaking of generation, you starred in one of the greatest Broadway adaptations of one of the greatest movies of all time, The Lion King when you started Young Simba in the Las Vegas production of Lion King. So, what lessons did you learn from that production that helped you prepare for the rest of your career?
Whoa, that's a big one. Um, so I did the Lion King from 10 to 12. And so I just remember moving and being like, wow, I'm not gonna be like in school, like, because I had to be homeschooled and everything like that. So I think it just triggered this thing in me where it's like I want to perform for the rest of my life, and just being on stage, being around like artists from look Africa to like England, and being in front of like people from all around the world. Like after the shows, we used to go out and meet people from like China and wherever they were coming from, and seeing the impact of the art. And so I guess I just got this understanding of how impactful it is to be on stage or to sing a song, to act, and to connect with people. So that's what I really brought with me, and just want to continue to do that through my career. Just connect with people and share what I love to do with them.
And that's amazing to hear. That's amazing to hear. So we got to fast forward to your future. You auditioned for about a Stardom Girl season where you made the semifinals. I watched it live. You were amazing back then.
Thank
And
you.
looking back on it now and considering Sean Combs' legal troubles right now, do you regret participating in the show? Why or why not?
I mean, I feel like that was that time. It's totally different. We didn't know all of that kind of stuff. But I think the biggest thing for me was having that experience and knowing like that show gave me a lot of confidence to be like, wow, I could perform on a stage like this in front of, these heavyweights in the industry, and like know who I am. Because that show was crazy. Like just the format of like you got to go on stage and sing the song and try to knock somebody out the chair. I don't think of music like that. I think of it as like, okay, it's a communal thing. We coming together like that. So that I guess that drama around it was interesting. But I'm like, oh yeah, look, I'm going in here doing my thing, having fun. I know you're gonna do your thing too. And I think it just gave me more confidence to be like, yeah, I'm supposed to do this. And then right after that, my dad and I, because we work together, produce and write together, we were like, look, let's put out music.
And I think you did the right thing too, because the thing is, not only yes, with all of what happened with Charlie Walker's side, what's going on with Diddy's side, that show really stepped up the game when it came for artists to step because it reminded me so much of the 6 year challenge of X Factor, but and the Voice knockout rounds, but on steroids.
Yeah, it was it was wild. It was wild. Like it really it taught you to always stay on your game, no matter what.
Absolutely, absolutely. And guys, I'm sorry if we mentioned Sean Combs, but however, if you or anyone that you know were been affected by sexual abuse, please dial 988. Once again, 988. So let's move on to something positive, shall we? Because you had the audition to join the ranks of people who auditioned for American Idol. Now, sadly, while your experience was not shown on television, could you please walk me through and your audition, and not only that, what happened when you entered the Idol arena?
Yeah. So I had such an amazing experience on the show. Everybody was so kind. And it was, I guess the timing was really crazy. We usually shoot, American Idol, beforehand, before everybody sees it. And so it was around like the early December when we shot the show. And, you know, like I was saying, I work with my dad. We do music together. I'm really tight with my family. So we all like, okay, yeah, we about to go there. And, for my first audition, and we were really excited. A couple days before that, my dad had to go to the hospital, and we were like, man, like what's going on? He had to get emergency surgery for his stomach and everything like that. And so he was kind of like down about not being able to show up with me and everything. But he was like, keep doing your thing and go ahead and get that golden ticket. And so encouraging. And um, that first audition was wild. Just going in there and just meeting the judges. Everybody was really kind. And um, yeah, and then it was crazy that that same night I got the golden ticket. I went back to the hospital and I showed my dad. I was like, "We got it," and he was like, "Well, you did your thing." And so the American Idol arena he got to be there, and I got to dedicate my song to him. And yeah, it was a great time. Everybody was so nice, sending prayers to my family, and the whole fam is good. My dad's healthy now.
Which is so great to hear, which is fabulous to hear, Tim. And I bet handing that gold ticket and like seeing Carrie Underwood now in that judge seat with alongside Lionel and Luke must say, okay, if I can do like must gave you some inspiration as well.
Yes, yes. I was like, it was cool because it's you got the greats in the industry, especially like Lionel Richie. To me, like I think of like "We Are the World." Like he wrote that. Like,
Absolutely. And by the way, I loved his version of Dancing on the Ceiling that he did with Stefanico El Grosso in Italy. It was
mhm.
probably the best not only the best arrangement, but probably the best live performance I have seen of the 2010s.
Wow, you're a true music head for
I
real.
tried my best to be, and with yeah, absolutely. I loved We Are the World, and like if I had my way, I would say, okay, we gotta do a reversion of We Are the World with different parts because I would have loved to like the best of the business because I would love to have inserted Patti LaBelle in
Yeah,
when she did from her live native when she did that incredible riff of when we sit in as one and then had like her and Celine hit that note together. And it's such a shame that they didn't have with Whitney Houston. They could have recorded the Bruce Springsteen Stevie Wonder call and response.
yep.
I really wish it was Jennifer Hudson and Whitney Houston
Oh wow,
doing
that
that
would have.
because
Whoa,
those how Whitney and loved Jennifer and Jennifer was one of the only few people that at any time she was a Whitney tribute comes out she was like the top choice. So I wish they could have done
wow.
that.
So you got your Avengers, We Are the World team. Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. So we got, but however, this is not about the late and great Whitney Houston, and much Miss Whitney Houston, or We Are the World, or Jennifer Hudson. This is all about you, Tim. So we got to talk about you lend your voice to young Chris as in young Chris Rock, in a continuation of Everybody Hates Chris. But now this is the cartoon revival. Everybody
yes.
still hates Chris.
Everybody
So
still.
first of all, this is a two-part question. So the first part is how did you hear about that role? And number two, and the second part is what does it mean to work with Chris Rock, Terry Crews, and Tashina Arnold on this revival?
Yeah. Wow. It's crazy because I grew up watching this show, and it's funny because I got two younger siblings, and so like growing up, people like, oh, this is just like us, and so we used to make jokes and stuff like about our dynamic. Um, but yeah, my agent sent me the audition one day, and so I was like, oh man, they're bringing this back. This is crazy. And so I did my audition tape, and then I did a callback. It was like Zoom callbacks, and I did a Zoom callback with the casting director, and I did it one time, and she was like, "Did you work on the voice? Cause you got the voice down." I was like, "I mean, I kind of talk like this," and she was like, "Oh, okay." And then I did it a couple times, and she was like, "Well, you know what? We love you, and I'll just get back with the team and everything, but we would love you for you to be a part of the project." And I was like, they usually don't do that, like while you're just having a callback. So I was like, okay, right. So I didn't hear nothing for like a month or two, or no, more than that, like 3 months, 4 months. So I'm like, she did say that. And then one day I'm coming back from my sister's school. I was dropping her off, and I got a voicemail, and because I had my phone on do not disturb. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I had some great news. My agent called me and was like, Tim, you gonna be playing Chris on Everybody Still Hates Chris. And I was we have like a Google Ring camera or a Google camera. And so it caught my reaction. And so I'm jumping up and down like, oh man, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Oh, this is amazing. Then my dad opened the door. He was like, what's going on? I was like, I'm Chris. And it was crazy. And since then, like the first time I met Chris Rock, we did a whole Zoom table read, and they had everybody on there. They just in the show they just changed the kids because their voices got older. But everybody else is on there. Like you said, Terry Crews, Tashina Arnold, Chris Rock, and then they brought back the other characters as well. And we're on there and we're doing the lines. And I'm like, this is like watching the show in real time, but I'm playing him now. And so it's been amazing. The team is awesome. We got to go to Comic Con to like kind of set off everything, and we did a panel, and I got to meet Tyler James Williams there, and he congratulated me and kind of passed the baton to me. And yeah, it's been amazing. So we got some more to come.
That's amazing. And to have the opportunity to not only be a part of this and be part of the table read, but also get to meet the people and also meet the first person that played young Chris and pass the baton over to you, that must have been iconic.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, wait, this is happening because we had our Everybody Still Hates Chris panel, and Abbott Elementary was right after us. So it just
Well,
worked out where we crossed, and so we got to meet the Abbott Elementary cast, like Quinta and everybody, and so we took pictures together, and they were encouraging me and all encouraging each other, and yeah, it was a blessing. So it's been fun.
I know it's a autobiographical cartoon, but it'd be interesting to see if young Chris is able to mentor people at mentor students at Abbott Elementary.
Ooh, okay. You and your writing bag. I see you.
Yeah,
I see you.
because the thing is to have you and Tyler interact and maybe possibly Terry as well, and maybe throw in Quinta as well, and Lisa Ann, and we probably and of course Shirley, the comparable Shirley Rock. Now
Yes.
that would be a really good television moment.
Yeah. Look, I would love that. And look, I'm from Philly too. So look, Abbott Elementary, hit me up. Hit me up.
Yeah, and it'd be nice to see you live action and also with Tyler as well, because it'd be interesting seeing you guys side by side.
Yeah. Like it. Yeah, it was fun just meeting him and just he was just really encouraging. He was just like, man, enjoy this journey. Like take everything in, and so that's what I've been doing. Like just like taking one step at a time and just being like, wow, like I'm just really grateful for everything.
Awesome. So we got to talk about your music, because the thing is, you first came on my radar when I heard Fly Girl, and I love. Thank you so much for sharing my review. But I got to swear, I got it for those of you who have not checked out the review yet. I said that listening to that song reminded me the first time that Neo and Chris Brown first emerged in that the mid 2000s, like the first time we heard
Mm-hmm.
him do like Run It, and then also Neo's classic jams as well. So that reminded me so much of that.
That means a lot. That means a lot because it's crazy when I guess the people you grow up being inspired by, especially during that time. Like I was in Philly, and so like I used to put on their videos all the time and like just dance because I started as a dancer too. And so like when I make music, especially like Fly Girl, you'll hear it. It has like just a fun bop to it, and I like to imagine people dancing. I like seeing how people move to my songs because it's like, man, like I guess from the mindset of a dancer, being like, wow, I could get people to move like that. So yeah, it's fun.
Absolutely. So now we got to go to some of the streams right now, the streaming songs right now. Let's start with Need a Friend. As this recording has nearly 4,000 Spotify streams.
Yeah. So Need a Friend. That song is really cool. I really love that song because it's really personal and it's like a vulnerable song of like, hey, you might be at certain times in your life where it's like, I can't do this alone. I need somebody to be there. And sometimes, people look for that in a companion, but at times it's just like, yo, I just need to call up a friend and just, hang out or just talk. And especially like, that pandemic time where it's like, hey, we gotta still stay tapped in with each other. So yeah, I really love that song.
It's a really good song. And then, okay, so You're the Prize, 39,000 Spotify streams.
Yeah. So that song came about. So I put out an EP called Hey You. right after the four, and everything produced by my dad and I, in our home studio and written by us and everything like that. And this song was just an empowerment song of like, hey, understand your worth. And yeah, I really love singing this one out.
Awesome. Okay, so let's move on to Hey You. Now we're talking numbers here. 239,000 Spotify streams.
Yeah, that one's funky. That one make you do this with your shoulders.
Like this?
Yeah, Jake. Yeah, right
Yeah.
there, right there. Yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah, that was my basically with my my new music coming out. After right after the four, that was my first single, and we had fun shooting that video. And I think that one it really segmented me as okay, what type of artist that I want to be, and the type of artist that I believe that I am. And it's like I love making timeless music that you could listen anytime and it feel good. You know.
Absolutely. So the final song I want to talk about is your impeccable cover of All I Want. Boy, oh boy, you gave me chills with that. And not to mention, as of this recording, you're almost at 420,000 Spotify streams.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Look, thank you first of all, and yeah, it was crazy. Like, cause I sung that song on the four, and that song's a folk song. It's a whole different vibe, but I feel like if you're gonna, put a song out or do a cover or something, you got to make it your own. And this was a blessing. I did. The person who's playing keys on it is her name's Emily Bear, and she did the Moana 2 soundtrack. And
Awesome.
yeah, yeah. So she's doing her thing. So yeah, like she did her thing on that, and yeah, we put that together, and yeah, it's been cool. Like that song's followed me since that show, and it's a powerful song.
And not only that, it's amazing what you can do to a song. And no matter, it reminds me about like both when David Archuleta did Hold Back the River on a Masked Singer, and then there's a group in UK called Southern Comfort, and they did it. There was a short little song called All Together Now, where you had like over 100 people. That the pure person had to get 100 people sitting up out of their seats, and they did Hold Back the River, and they took a soul twist to it, which was absolutely bonkers. You need to watch that after our conversation.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna check that out. And that's like you said. That's just the power of music, where it could unite people like that. Where it's like, yeah, it make me want to stand up. It make me, you know, um, yeah. It's an interesting thing where certain songs got that inspirational quality to them. You know, where it unites
Absolutely.
people. Hmm.
Absolutely. So I cannot leave a music conversation without talking about your dream collaborators, your singers, the songwriters, the musicians, and the producer, and how would they elevate your sound?
Yeah. So this is a good one. This is a good one. One of my favorites is Stevie Wonder. To be able to work with him would be amazing. I love her, Gabby Wilson. Like that would be cool. Like I would love to go on tour with her. Like that would be dope. I love Ed Sheeran. Like to be able to write with him and like do something with him. Um, or like a tour, like an opener or like something like that. That would be dope. Um, yeah. So I would say those people, but I really love collaborating with my dad. I feel like these songs they come from a more personal place because it's like this is what we've been doing since I was a kid. So it's like we understand each other and it just clicks. And so yeah, I love that collaboration and um collabing with Bruno would be dope too.
That Bruno would be perfect for you. It would be absolutely amazing. He's on a roll with collaborations with um with um
Yes.
with Gaga Style with a Smile, and then I believe one of the Blackpink girls with APT. Those were absolutely amazing.
Yep.
I
Crazy.
def- yeah,
And yeah, he's
absolutely.
look,
He is like
timeless
Ed
artist.
Sheeran. He is one of our best, like Ed Sheeran. He's probably one of our best generation's best musicians and live performers.
I agree. I agree. It's great. So like those are people that I watch because that's what I love doing. Like watching. I mean, I've been doing this since like I was a kid, just looking up live concerts and different things like that. So those are two people that I want to see live and work with and tour with.
Oh yeah, if you're on tour with them and you come to Kansas City, let me know.
Jake, I'm gonna let you know, man. I'm gonna let you know for
All right,
sure.
absolutely, Tim. So, Tim, what have been some of the best platforms that you've used to connect with your fans and to promote your music?
Yeah. So I would say Instagram. On Instagram, I'm City Boy Junior. TikTok, the Tim Johnson Jr. and YouTube, Tim Johnson Jr. And then yeah, you can find my music on all streaming platforms. And yeah, we got some more things coming for y'all. And check out Fly Girl. We did a fun music video. We had Golden Brooks come through. She was on Girlfriends, and I was on a show with her called Saturdays on Disney Channel. And another amazing artist. Her name is Josie Harris, and she was a Fly Girl and in Living Color back in the day.
Oh
And so
wow,
yeah, and so she's amazing. She's an amazing actress and everything. And so we had them come through, and my boy Fabrizio, he's on Running Point right now and doing his thing. So we had a lot of
I
amazing
love that show.
cameos. It's so good. It's
It
so
is
good.
really
Yeah.
good, and like Chet Hanks's character is absolutely chews up the scenery, and I cannot wait to see what they do for season two.
Yeah. Yeah, they got to pick up after a week. So yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, we had a lot of people come through, and so it was a fun video, fun vibe. And yeah, look, we got some more music coming for y'all.
And I cannot wait to listen to your music and featured on my platform. Speaking of that, have you missed an episode of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast? Visit our channels on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Spreaker. Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar, JACOB Now, are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, and YouTube. Jacob Elyachar, JACOB If you missed my review on Fly Girl, visit the blog that started all, jake-shake.com. Once again, jake-shake.com. Tim, it was fun having you as a guest, and you have a huge, bright future ahead of you, my friend.
Thank you. Wait, we got to end it with the shoulders.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got to hit the
Oh, yeah.
shoulders
And
before we
guys,
go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thank you guys so much for
That's
watching.
right.
Thank
That's
you so
right.
much for listening. Until next time, everybody, have a great one. Goodbye.